Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the races from the Stars and Stripes Festival from Belmont Park here on Saturday. It is July the 4th, 2015. We have an excellent card from Belmont Park, and I'm going to handicap all the stakes races 6 through 11. That's 6 races to handicap, so let's get on to it. Like I said, it's a really good card. Not as, personally, I might get yelled at for this, but it's not as good as the Belmont Stakes card. I have to say that was a really good card, but this card is really good also. So let's get on to it. The sixth race today from Belmont Park is the 13th running of the Victory Ride Stakes, Grade 3, purse $150,000. We have 6 horses going to post here, traveling 6.5 furlongs. And I'm actually going to go with the 2 horse here, and Enhancing Lady here at 6 to 5. With John Velasquez for Bob Baffert sending this one in for Kaleem Shah, who owns this one. Last time out, they were at Belmont Park, 6 furlongs on June the 5th in the Jersey Girl Stakes for 150 grand that day. Finished second by 3/4 of a length. He was just stumbled that day. It wasn't the horse's best run. Start before that was Churchill down 7 furlongs in the 8 Bell Stakes as Grade 1. Just don't know. That horse just not did not fire that. That was the favorite. I actually had that horse the last 2 starts. Just had a terrible trip, breaking all the way from position number 8. And then at 6.5 furlongs, on April the 5th in the Santa Paula Stakes. Won by 2.25 lengths. Very good victory that day. Sprinting, he dueled it and led and just went to win that day. This horse is a really good horse. I really like the horse's win last year at Santa Anita on his 2-year-old campaign. Actually, I only had 2 starts last year. His last start last year was June the 22nd, San Diego 5.5 furlongs in the Land Lucy Stakes for 125 grand. Won easily by 6.25 lengths. A very easy win that day. Gonna go with this one here. Really like this horse here. So recap my bets. Race number 6, the Victory Ride Stakes from Belmont Park. Gonna go with the 2, Enhancing Lady. Now let's get on to race number 7 from Belmont Park. What is the 98th edition of the Dwyer Handicap? Purse, Grade 3, purse $500,000. It's the kind of a prep for the Jim Dandy coming up at Saratoga in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks time. This is the last big day at Belmont until the fall, actually. Going 1 mile. This race, I think they switched it this year to a mile. It used to be a mile 16. Don't know why, but it's better off at a mile 16th, I think. We have 7 horse going to post here. I'm really trying to beat the favorite in this race. Your favorite right now is, let's see, we have Texas Red, who won the Breeze Cup Juvenile last year, making his second start of the year, first start since February. Really want to beat him. Excuse me. We also have another horse, Blowfed, or whatever you want to call it, the 1 horse. Really want to beat him. Gonna go with the 7 horse. Smart transition here with Junior Alvarado for John Cheris. Has 4 starts under his belt. Last start was first start in New York, here on the East Coast, June 6th, mile 16th at Belmont Park, an allowance race for 90 grand. Finished third by 4 lengths. Junior Alvarado had the mount that day. He had a 5 wide pursuit that day, and had a small gain, but just really couldn't get up there. The winner of that race, was Tommy Macho, who's actually running today in this race also. Um, and then a start before that, San Diego mile 16th, April 30th, in main special weight for 56,000. Broke his main by 2.25 lengths. A very easy win that day. Um, then San Diego 1 mile on March 19th in main special weight. Finished fourth by 4.25 lengths behind Whiskey Ticket. He's steady at the 8th pole and just came out. I think Whiskey Ticket might have won the Illinois Derby. I think that's the horse. Not positive. I believe so. Gonna go with this one here. Really want to beat the favorite, 12 to 1. I really like when John Charis. He has a sting of horses here in New York. I really like him when he runs horses in stakes races outside California. So gonna go with this one. So recap my bets. Race number 7 from Belmont Park. It's the Dwyer Handicap. Gonna go with the 7. Let's get on to race number 8. And remember to please follow me on Twitter at 316 Picks for more selections. I might do the whole card from Belmont Park. The 8th race, the 66th running of the Belmont Derby Invitational, formerly known as the Garden City Handicap, something like that. It's Grade 1 purse, $1.25 million. And we have a field of 9 horses of going to this race. Uh, we have a few horses coming in from Europe, actually 2 of them traveling a mile and a quarter. We have the 4 horse Canal, or Candle, whatever you want to call it, coming in from France. We have the 7 horse coming in from England. Excuse me, from Ireland actually. I'm actually going to go with the 2-7 here. Number 2, Bolo at 7-2. Rafael Beirano coming in from the east, west coast to run. Last time out, Dorn San Anita, first start post the Kentucky Derby, won easily by 2 3/4 lengths. He had to change the lanes late, but he really went on to a really decent win effort at Lounge for 6,000. Start before that was Breeders' Cup, excuse me, Kentucky Derby. What am I saying? In the Breeders' Cup, same. What am I saying? In the Kentucky Derby on May the 2nd, lost to American Pharoah by finished 12th that day by 12 3/4 lengths. It really had a lot of traffic trouble. I actually liked this horse that day. I was anticipating there being a lot of closers that day, but the track wasn't playing that day, that way that day. Then start for that was San Anita, mile and eighth in the San Anita Derby. Finished third by 6 1/4 lengths. He was coming up late. Really had a lot of traffic trouble in that race also. Back on turf, this horse really excels on turf. Won the Eddie Logan Stakes as a 2-year-old at San Anita at a mile. Distance shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to go with this one. I'm also going to go with the 7 Prostitution, or I hope I said that right, with Pat Smullen coming in from Ireland for Dermot Weld. This horse is a first time gelding. Got gelded on the 25th of June. But start for that was on June 7th in Kirkin Island, mile and a quarter in the Equestrian Silver Stakes. Won my neck that day. He was towards the rear and really went up to a good win that day. That was on a mile and a quarter, same distance as today. Then a Fairy House the week before, May 28th, a mile and a quarter on a good turf course, a lounge race for 17,000. Finished second by 1 1/4 lengths. He just came up. He just came up for a second place finish. Really couldn't catch the winner. This horse is running in England. This horse is going to be 100 to 1. Since it's running in America at 10, it's 10 to 1. I really like this horse here against a lot lesser quality kind of horses. Not um, to diss the field, but some of the horses are good. Like Diversito is a really good horse. The horse coming from France looks like a decent horse. I think this horse is in a really lesser spot than he's been running in Ireland. I'm gonna go with him 10 to 1, really nice price. European horses seem to like the Belmont turf course, especially the way it's been. Yeah, it's gonna go with this one. Forgot what I was gonna say, but so recap my bets for race number 8, the Belmont Derby from Belmont Park. Gonna go with the 2-7. Now let's get on to race number 9. Ninth race, the 129th running of the Suburban Handicap. Purse $500,000. It's a grade 2 traveling, like I said, 1 mile and 1/4. A unique start to this race on the turn. I'm gonna go with the number 6 horse, Tonalist here. Loves Belmont Park. It's 3 to 5. Looked at all the horses in the field. This horse should really win by 20. With John Velasquez. John Velasquez on this horse for the second time in a row. Last time out, this horse ran at Belmont Park 1 mile on June 6th mile. Finished second by 3/4 length behind Honor Code. Was really gaining late, just really couldn't get him. Then I went into Westchester Handicap, Belmont Park 1 mile, May the 2nd. Won by 3/4 length ease with Joe Bravo, Jersey Joe Bravo. I really liked the ride Joe Bravo gave him that day. Had a tiny bit trouble at the start, maybe a few lengths. He lost, but he just run into the lane and really went on to win that day. And last year's Breeders' Cup Classic at San Diego had a really good 5th place finish that day. He was rallying at the end. Had a little traffic trouble, but I'd say it was decent. It was a decent race for him. And then Jock Club Gold Cup Belmont Park won by 3/4 length. Really easy win. So gonna go with this one at Belmont 5 and 4. Five 5 starts, 4 wins, and 1 second. So really likes the course. Really. So I'm gonna go with this one. So recap my bets race number 9 from Belmont Park Suburban Handicap. Gonna go with the 6 Tonalist. Let's get on to race number 10 from Belmont Park, which is the 37th running of the Belmont Oaks Invitational. When you're in for the Breeders' Cup Billy Mayer Turf, $1 million to go for. We have a field of 14 horses, a really, really good field of horses, traveling 1.25 miles. As you see, light. It gives me a second to stop speaking when I show that, so, you know. We have field 14, like I said. And I'm really trying to beat the favorite here. Number 2, Lady Eli's the favorite. I'm going to go 6-10 here. Number 6, Spanish Queen Fabrice Blanc coming in from California to ride this one, this California shipper. Last time out on San Diego Park, a mile 8th on May 30th in the American Oaks. Grade 1 event that day. Won by 3/4 of the length. easy. It was the favorite that day. He had a bit of three wide. It was very game that day. I have to say, a really nice Rodberg Breeze flock. Then Honeymoon Stakes, a grade two event, San Diego Mile 8th on May the 3rd. By 1.5 lengths again, a 3-1. He stalked, had a bid, and just went on clear that day again. Uh, this horse on turf, his ran four times on turf. Worst finish was the second. Going him on quarter should really help this horse again. Um, so I'm gonna go with this one. Next question is shipping cross country. So you know, I'm gonna go with this one, Spanish Queen, and I'm also gonna go with the 10 horse, outstanding 6-1 for Colm O'Donoghue. This one is shipped in for Aidan O'Brien, owned by the Coolmore Group, John Magnier and Michael Tabor and Derek Smith. Last time out there on Nassen Island on June 24th, actually, a mile and a quarter in the Irish Stallion Farm Stakes, won by 2 3/4 lengths. He led early and I have to say, had an easy victory. Then start before that was Nassen Ireland on May 13th on the Irish Stallions Farm Stakes maiden race. Won by 2 1/4 lengths. Another pretty easy victory. Has 2 wins under his belt, last 2 wins. Hopefully he goes for three here today, three in a row. 6-1, nice price here. I really like when the Coolmore Group sends horses to America to run in these kind of races. So gonna go with this one. So recount my bets for race number 10 from Belmont Parks. It's the Belmont Oaks Invitational. Excuse me. Gonna go with the 610. And I'm also so now let's get on to race number 11, the final race I'm gonna handicap for you. What is the Belmont Sprint Championship? Eighth running of this race, Grade 3, purse $400,000. Field of 8 horse going to post, traveling 7 furlongs. And I'm gonna go with 3 horse here, Private Zone for Martin Pedrosa coming in to ride this one. And last time out the run at Belmont Park in the Met Mile on June the 6th. Finished third by 5 1/4 lengths. He was it was a really good run by him. It was at the two path the whole way around, and then he had the altar course at the 16th pole. Then Churchill Downs a handicap, won by 4 1/4 lengths, 7 furlongs. Really nice win. He had a really duel all the way around, and drove clear that day. Start for that Gulfstream Park handicap, first start of the year. Finished second by half length. He had a really rough trip that day. Kept getting bumped. I don't know why this horse didn't win that day or get honor code didn't get disqualified that day. I don't know those Gulfstream Park stewards, but that's another story. At Belmont 3-2, won the last 2 editions of the Vosburg Sprint Championship or Vosburg Handicap back in October. Won the last 2 editions. Probably going to come back for the same race in October. Really likes the course. 3-2 out over it. Those 2 wins were both in Vosburg. It's going to go with this one. So recount my bets for race number 11 from Belmont Park. It's the Belmont Sprint Championship. Going to go with the 3 honor code. Good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at 316picks. Good luck, everybody.